Everyone talks about the Magnificent Seven: Nvidia, Apple, Google, etc. And look, I love those stocks. They make up the bulk of my gains. But today I want to talk about the hidden gems in my portfolio. I have 5 specific positions where I've invested a total of roughly 14 grand. Right now, those 5 positions are worth around 25 grand. That's about a 75% gain. I've held 4 of these companies for about 4.5 years and 1 for just 9 months. These are the sleeping giants that I'm betting will be the massive compounders of the next decade. Now, before we dive in, just a quick disclaimer. I'm not a licensed financial professional. This video is not financial advice. It's just me sharing my personal portfolio and my own opinions. Always do your own research and homework before putting your money anywhere. With that said, let's break down exactly what those companies are, the specific stats behind them, and why I'm holding. First on the list is Affirm, ticker symbol AFRM. I've owned this for over 4 years with around $4,000 invested. Currently, I'm basically flat, up about 5%. At $78 per share today, the company is sitting at a $25 billion market cap, which basically means the stock market has determined that the company is worth $25 billion today. Affirm offers a buy now, pay later service, which is an alternative to the traditional credit card. What is buy now, pay later? BNPL for short. It's essentially a short-term financing option that allows you to purchase an item immediately and pay for it in small installments over time, often with zero interest. Now, according to a 2025 JD Power survey, 54% of Gen Z consumers used BNPL during the 2024 holiday shopping season, surpassing the 50% who used credit cards. It was the first time in the study's history that BNPL usage overtook credit card usage among the Gen Z demographic. Why hold the stock if it's flat? First, the legendary PayPal mafia. The CEO is Max Levchin. He founded PayPal along with Peter Thiel and Elon Musk. We all know what that group did. Peter Thiel became the first investor in Facebook and co-founded Palantir. Reid Hoffman went on to found LinkedIn. Chad Hurley and Steve Chen went on to found YouTube. And Elon Musk? Yeah. This group doesn't just build companies. They build industries. Max is doing it again with Fintech. Second is the growth of buy now, pay later. 5 years ago, this market was a niche doing just $34 billion in volume. Today, it has exploded into a massive industry generating over $560 billion. That's a huge explosion in volume in just 5 years' time. In fact, when I first started this YouTube channel a month ago, I had to make a few big purchases on Amazon for cameras and lights. I used Affirm at 0% interest to pay that bill off over time. Honestly, I'd rather pay off a $3,000 purchase in 12 increments of $250 than drop $3,000 in one fell swoop. Affirm has also teamed up with the biggest players in the world: Amazon, Target, Walmart, Shopify, and Apple Pay. Number 2 is the newest addition and the best performer recently, Robinhood, ticker symbol HOOD. I've only owned this for around 9 months. I have $2,000 invested and it's up about 233%. Sitting at roughly $122 per share today, the company is now a $110 billion giant. We all know the GameStop saga gave them a negative reputation for a moment, but it also put Robinhood on the map. They became a household name overnight. Now, they're the preferred platform for young investors. If you look at the stats, stock ownership is at a 20-year high. Back in 2013, only about 52% of Americans owned stock. Today, that number is over 60%. Robinhood is the on-ramp for that entire new generation of investors. Gen Z is now transferring their money to Charles Schwab or Merrill Lynch. Robinhood is where all their friends are. It's way cooler than those dinosaurs. If you need one more reason to look at Robinhood, look at the golden handcuffs. In the past, Robinhood only made money if you traded like a maniac. If you stopped trading, they stopped eating. But look at what they've built with Robinhood Gold. By offering a 3% match on IRAs, they're literally paying people to bring their life savings over. But here's the catch. You have to keep that money there for 5 years. That's genius. They're effectively locking in billions of dollars of assets for half a decade. Combined with the fact that they now have nearly 4 million people paying a monthly subscription fee for Robinhood Gold, they've effectively transformed a casino into a recurring revenue machine. They are becoming the Amazon Prime of personal finance, and the market is finally waking up to it. I'm also a fan of the founder and CEO, Vlad Tenev. He thinks outside the box and makes unique bets that are innovative, provocative, and viral in nature. For example, he recently offered an uncapped 2% cash bonus incentive for Tesla shareholders to transfer their shares to the Robinhood platform. Now, this promotion targeted Tesla investors ahead of a crucial shareholder vote on Elon Musk's pay package, aiming to attract users from other brokerages like Charles Schwab, which at the time was pissing Tesla shareholders off surrounding their ambiguity of whether they would vote in favor of the pay package. The result? Tesla shareholders transferred over $1.4 billion over to Robinhood, resulting in a significant influx of high-value accounts for the brokerage. Number 3 is my biggest bet in this group, Joby Aviation, ticker symbol JOBY. I've got $8,300 in this position. I've held it for over 4 years, and it's up 66%. Joby's stock price is currently at roughly $15 per share, and market cap is currently $13 billion. Now, you remember I mentioned that PayPal mafia earlier? Well, it applies here too. Joby was taken public by a SPAC led by Reid Hoffman and Mark Pincus, the founder of Zynga. When guys like that put their reputation and money behind a company, I pay attention. This is the eVTOL winner, electric vertical takeoff and landing. There are other companies in the space like Archer Aviation, but they just have sexy prototypes and not much else. Archer has been riddled with lawsuits and, frankly, seems like a scam. Joby is actually making progress with a solid leader and founder, JoBen Bevert. In the speculative world of flying cars, I'll look for one thing. Who's backing them? Joby has the ultimate power couple, Toyota and Uber. Toyota has poured nearly $900 million into this company, but more importantly, they are on the factory floor helping Joby mass produce these aircraft. While competitors struggle to build one plane, Joby has the Toyota manufacturing engine behind them. Then there's the customer side. Joby actually acquired Uber's flying taxi division, Uber Elevate, back in 2020. Why does this matter? Because customer acquisition is expensive. But Joby doesn't have to spend millions on ads to find riders. They're integrated directly into the Uber app. Imagine this. You land at JFK. You open Uber on your phone. Instead of just saying Uber X or Uber Black, you see Joby Air Taxi. You click one button and an Uber car takes you to the helipad. You fly to Manhattan in 7 minutes and another Uber takes you to your hotel. Pretty awesome. With Toyota building the planes and Uber building the passengers, Joby has the strongest infrastructure in the entire sector. Stock number 4, SoFi, ticker symbol SoFi. I've owned this for almost 5 years, invested $5,000, and it's currently up 118%. At the time of this recording, SoFi stock price is $27 per share and market cap is $34 billion. The bull case for SoFi starts with the CEO, Anthony Noto. His resume is insane. Check this out. He's a West Point graduate and Army Ranger. He was the CFO of the NFL. He was the CFO and COO of Twitter, and he was a partner at Goldman Sachs. He understands finance, operations, and media better than almost anyone in the game. SoFi is becoming the financial super app for the younger generation. Student loans, stock investing, crypto, credit cards, they're capturing the customer early and keeping them for life. One other core reason for owning SoFi is their AWS of Fintech division, Galileo, a company they acquired in 2020. SoFi doesn't just serve consumers. They own the back-end infrastructure that powers many of their own competitors. Let's say you wanted to start your own banking app tomorrow. You wouldn't build the software from scratch. It's too expensive. Instead, you would rent the infrastructure from Galileo. Here's the crazy part. Chime and Robinhood, two of SoFi's biggest competitors, are actually clients of Galileo. That means when you swipe a Chime debit card or use Robinhood's cash management, SoFi is often getting a cut of that transaction on the back end. This is my favorite part of the stock because it acts as a safety net. Even if a competitor wins the customer, SoFi still wins the infrastructure fees. And finally, number 5, DoorDash, ticker symbol DASH. I've got $6,100 invested here. It's up 130%. Stock price is at $235 per share, and the company is now worth $100 billion. This one is personal. I went to high school with the founder, Tony Xu. We were in student government together and carpooled quite frequently. I can tell you he is an incredibly smart leader. But the real genius of DoorDash isn't just delivering food, it's the ghost kitchen model. These are kitchens with no waiters, no dining room, and no expensive storefronts. It's just chefs cooking for delivery, low overhead, high efficiency. Think of it like Netflix. Netflix knows that if you watch The Office, you'll probably like Parks and Rec. They use that data to recommend content or even create new shows they know you'll watch. DoorDash does the exact same thing with food. They look at the data for a specific neighborhood and say, hey, 5,000 people here are searching for burgers, but there are no burger joints nearby. They can then partner with a local kitchen to launch a virtual burger brand overnight to fill that gap. A famous example of this was Pascali's Pizza. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right. During the pandemic, people saw Pascali's Pizza on DoorDash and thought it was a new local spot. It turned out it was actually Chuck E. Cheese. They used their existing kitchens and ingredients to create a new grown-up pizza brand for delivery because the data showed people wanted pizza, but maybe they didn't want to order from a kid's arcade. That is the power of the DoorDash model. So those are the 5: Affirm, Robinhood, Joby, SoFi, and DoorDash. Invested 14 grand, now worth 25 grand at a 75% gain. They aren't the biggest parts of my portfolio, but they are the ones I'm most excited to watch over the next decade. Do you own any of these stocks? Or do you think I'm crazy for holding on to one of them? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.